Maybe it's good to tell you that there is an outstanding cooperation between the Indian government and the Dutch government if you look at agriculture. We have already worked with each other for a few years now, and what we see is that Prime Minister Modi really makes an issue of putting agriculture in the heart of its policy, and we can imagine that because, of course, as you know, half of your population is for its income depending on agriculture. And at the same time we see that not only India but also worldwide population is growing, and we have more mouths to feed in the coming decades. But we have to, in order to do so, not only to double our food production, but also halve the use of the natural resources, like for instance water or energy. And there it's where the Dutch technology comes in, because we call this phenomena to earn higher yields, maximum crops, and use half of for instance water, and really reduce the amount of pesticides. We call this sustainable, climate smart agriculture, sustainable agriculture. And as Dutch, we have a tradition, a long-standing tradition of facing a lot of challenges. We have a small area of land. We have, of course, the sea level, which is rather high, and it means that we have to organize our agricultural works with not so much space, so we have to be extremely efficient. And we use technology like IT, for instance, to not only know how much pesticide we in an ideal situation have to use, or how much fertilizer we could use to make our yields maximum, you could say, to produce maximum. And at the same time, it also is lowering costs, because if you use less fertilizer or pesticides, you earn money in the long term when you are able at the same time to double your production. So, and what we also do is that we use technology to create better seeds, for instance, in the horticulture sector. I think the Dutch are the second largest exporter worldwide of agro products. And I would say that if you look at horticulture, and especially the seeds and the breeding material which is used in horticulture, we're at the top one. We have the best quality of seeds. We have a real seed valley. The US has a Silicon Valley, and the Dutch have a seed valley. And we could use our technology, our knowledge, our experience facing problems, and at the same time being very efficient also for Indian agriculture.